honestly a little bit disappointed. Does anybody hear the big sound coming from the back? Yeah. It was earlier, and I was hoping it was going to come up while I'm here, but I'm going to do the joke anyway. It sounded like robots were being made, but like too fast to make them right. You know? Like they'd be coming out like missing legs and heads and stuff. Anyway, I think that it'd be hilarious to be haunted by the Swedish Chef. Do you think, yeah? I mean, just think about it for a second, you know? Very spooky cookie. That's my Halloween joke. I had to do that because I missed my opportunity last week. Let's see. My girlfriend and I have been together for a little over a year now. Well, thank you. Thank you. Most of you don't know her, but that's okay. And things are going really well, and that's almost a guarantee that something bad's going to happen. And it wouldn't be the first time, and it won't be the last, you know. In fact, when we first got together, there was something that almost ended it immediately. I can hear you wanting it, so I'll tell you. Now, it all started when we went to a movie theater. So I picked her up, we go to the movie theater, buy the tickets, buy the soda, popcorn, etc. We sit down, and the movie starts. Halfway through is when it happens. She leans over to me, she says, "What's gonna happen next?" I know. I'm furious, but I answer her. And on the inside, I'm just... got one of those. So, it worked out all right. She stopped doing it when she realized I seize up with anger every time she does it. And it just confuses me how these people can survive in everyday life. You know? I mean, it's strange how these people can have a conversation without stopping halfway through, being like, "What did you mean by that?" I like to think it's like a pressure release valve. Like, you know, if they didn't do that, they'd be running down the street like, "What's going on? What's happening?" Now, the strange thing is my mind goes from there to them having a conversation in their mind. It's going, "What's going on?" But they can't say that. So even further in their mind, they think, "I wonder if Mission Impossible's playing." And so they buy the tickets online, and they drive to it with their friends, right? And in their mind, I'm way too happy. Everything is fine now. I'm a happy camper. Now, they drive there, and traffic is a nightmare because, you know, there's so many questions going on. You know, who's in that car? Or why is red means stop? Green means go, and yield is yellow, but red is breaking the pattern. It's so confusing. So they finally get to the theater, and there's so many questions there as well. You know, who are you? What's your purpose in life? Is that gum in that lady's hair? And then they finally get into the theater, and they have that moment. They sit down and they go, "Who's the guy with the big nose?" It's Tom Cruise. I could feel the suspense in the room. I wanted to take care of that. And I have to ask those questions now, you know, because that's what you do. You're standing on stage, you have to ask proper questions. Like, why is awesome a good thing, but awful a bad thing? One would think that the amount of awe would dictate how good a thing it is, but it's not. Let's see. I think that... what's the name? I think that the Fast and the Furious movies should be mandatory watching for deer. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, "Ron, it's really difficult to set up AV equipment without thumbs." I know. I'm not just going to leave it to them. You know, I'm not going to lend them my DVD collection and then let them have at it. I'd help them out, you know, gather them in one place. I'd, you know, turn on the projector, set it up. But that's posing a whole other host of problems, you know? Like, how did I get them to welcome me into their clan? How do I buy that much deer urine? Why am I capitalizing deer urine in my head? You know, and how do I have a conversation with a buck without them getting mad? "Excuse me, sir, my eyes are down here." It's a dad joke, I know. I'm gonna be a great dad one day, though. I really am. Not because I'm good with kids, but because I have dad jokes in the can, not the toilet. Now, I'm gonna leave you guys with this one story. I used to work at a popular Italian restaurant chain, and I'm not gonna tell you which one it is, but I am gonna tell you that when you're there, you're family. And they recently changed their chairs from those rolly ones you can push across the floor like Superman, to ones with really high backs that have pointy bits that look like to punch in the elbows. And so I'm serving this family, a dad, a mom, and 2 kids. And I put down the plate, and I bring back, and I whack my elbow. You know? Yeah, ow. And, you know, instinctively I say, ow. My funny bone. That wasn't funny. Thank you. They didn't laugh at all, but the dad chuckled. And so I knew I was in there. And something happened in that moment. Something happened. We communicated telepathically, and every dad in the entire restaurant all thought at once, do it. And so I did it. I said, that wasn't funny, but it was humorous. Thank you guys.